the Mario coins up out of her. I didn't know what was going on. What was I supposed to do? I come over and she answers the door in the robe. Huh? Man, what? What's under that robe? What you got on under that robe? Quit playing with me. Why you open the door in there for? I just got out of the shower. You strategically did that. You knew I was on my way. You knew I was on my way. You timed it. You said, what's your ETA? Now that I'm thinking about it, you asking me, what's my ETA? My ETA showed 35 minutes. Out of them 35, as soon as I sent you the ETA that it's 35 minutes, you should have went in there and took your 10, 15 minute shower, already got out, put that lotion on and stuff, and already had your clothes on when I showed you my ETA with 35 minutes. So tell me how you had to been looking at your phone, said, okay, he had to be about 15 minutes away. Then you jumped in the shower, put the robe on. What? It's still steam on your window. What you got on under that robe? What you mean when I got on under the robe? I told you I just got out of the shower. You so mannish. You heard me say I was mannish on my videos, so that ain't no surprise. It ain't no surprise that I'm a little nasty little child. What's wrong with you? What you got on under that robe, though? Whole time this woman married. What? Listen to me. I pulled a little string on the robe, right? When I'm playing around, I reached for the string, right? When I reached for the string, it wasn't no tap or nothing, no or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try you. I'm gonna try. So when I reach for the string, she's standing there like this. I pull the string slow. As I'm pulling the string slow, I'm looking at her, she looking at me, we looking at each other. I said, this is getting a little intense, ain't it? She said, boy, you better quit playing. I said, who playing? I'm pulling like this here. I said, who playing? She said, okay now. I said, ain't nobody playing but you. She said, quit playing with me. The string pulled, pow, the pow, pow, pow. She said, I told you quit playing. I said, let me see what you playing with. See what you got going on. I'm sitting there looking her up and down like this, like she ain't even move. Then she do this right here. I said, woman, lady, ma'am, what? Did you not see my story time? She said, why you think I let you come over here? I said, you want some pig. She said, thick, long, wide, strong, stiff. I said, look, check this out. She said, what is it? I said, I need some water. She said, so you just gonna do all that and then ask me for some water? I said, I don't need no water because my mouth is already wet. I said, but I'm thirsty. I said, look, I don't need no water. I done already, I said, but I am thirsty though. I need to hydrate myself right now. You know what I'm saying? You might need to drink you some too. I said, can you squirt? She said, you just gonna ask me that? I said, yeah, I need to know if you're a water park or you're a creamer. Which one is it? Because either way, I'm about to find out which one it is, but I prefer to know. Because if you are a water sprinkler, she said, no, I'm what you said the first time, a water park. I said, oh, okay, well, you're gonna need to drink some of this water too then, because I'm about to dehydrate you. She said, look. She said, well, go on there and get you something real quick. Come back here and put this lotion on my back. I said, are you want me to rub on you? She was like, you already took my robe. I might well go on the rub when you already seen the front of them. I said, yeah, you right. Hold on real quick. I said, in here, I'm walking through the house, right? I'm a snooper too. Listen to me. If I come to your house, I promise you, I'm paying attention to everything. Because I done commercial break me, please. I had dealt with this one girl before, met her at Walmart. After meeting her at Walmart, I said, I've never talk to a woman I meet at Walmart. I'll never do that again. I don't want to meet women at Walmart. So I get to kicking it with this girl, right? And I'm going to come back to the story. At the end, I end up going to her house. I asked, could I use the bathroom? Because I'm finna go through her dresses and stuff. I need to see what kind of medication you taking, whether it be for STDs or for your mental. I need to see if you bipolar schizophrenic. I need to see if you got multiple personality disorder. I need to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I need to see if you on antidepressants. Because I'm going to tell you something about me. If you on antidepressants dealing with me, pig and antidepressants do not coincide. They do not go together. You can't have good do it like me and be dropping pig in somebody who taking antidepressants. Because I promise you, the minute you don't respond to a text and you got that good do it to a woman who taking antidepressants, it's over with. Listen, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? I went through that before. I didn't know she was taking antidepressants. I'm over here. I'm talking about one leg up, one arm on front. I'm talking about. I'm way up here. I'm talking about. I'm almost coming out of her. You know what I'm saying? She was on antidepressants. I had to go out of town. I didn't answer the phone for 2 days. Next thing you know, she telling me she finna. I said, hold on, call me real quick. What's going on? But look, check this out. So I go over to the girl house from Walmart, right? As I'm in there, I see it's a 13 and a half size shoe. I'm talking about Bigfoot. I said, he got to be a lineman, a football player or something. Damn, I said, that's a big shoe right there. That's a big shoe. And I look, I said, that's a man's shoe right there. Next thing you know, boom, 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 boom. Hey, I know you got somebody in there. I step out the van. I said, I'm gonna tell y'all what killed me. When something like that happened and women holler, it ain't nobody. What you mean it ain't no? Who is it? Don't even worry about it. I ain't finna open. He don't want nothing. He ain't nobody. He ain't nobody. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Who is that? Hey, I know you in there. Then he hollered. Go and tell him what you gave me. Hey, bro, she gave me something. I said, dude, what? I opened the door. What you say, my man? Hey, watch it. I knew you was in here. I said, what y'all got going? Hold on real quick, fam. I ain't gonna let you put your hands on the woman. You know what I'm saying? Brother, go and tell him what you gave me. She hollered, now you gave it to me. I said, bro, I'm finna get on up out of here. You ain't even got to worry about it. So look, check this out. So I done went to this woman. I'm in this woman's house, right? I get to snooping around, you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking around, right? It ain't showing no signs of no man being in this house. Commercial break me, please. Y'all double tap the screen for me. Double tap the screen if you ain't already followed me. Hit the follow button. Double tap the screen if you ain't hit the follow button. Hit the follow button. I don't see no signs of a man. Because, see, I've been out of the life now. I've been out of the penitentiary for 8 years. I got out in 2017. I ain't had to carry no weapons since I've been home. So if I go to a woman's house, I got to check and see if there's any signs of a man. If you walk out the room and take your phone, I'm going to get up and come close to the door to make sure you ain't, hello? Yeah. I'm just laying. I'm finna make sure. I can't have no run-ins because I ain't got that iron on me. Now, if I had that iron with me, I wouldn't even care. Listen, he could be knocking on the door. I'm in here like this here. You know what I'm saying? If he kicked the door off the hinges, I'm still like this here. He about to see me dropping pig all in your chest. I ain't even worried about it. Cause by the time I hear the door kick in, don't even worry about it. I'm like this here. Don't even worry about it. Well, he probably felt I'm gonna reach over, grab that iron. Don't even worry about it. By the time he opened that door, I'm like this here. Don't move, bro. I'm finna get ready. Hold on real quick. Hold on. I said don't move. Hold on. Both of y'all, don't move. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take care of my business. Don't move, bro. I'm gonna hit both of you. I'm finna shoot the club up and don't move, Emily. I'm finna take care of my business real quick. Y'all can handle this after I leave. So, I ain't got the iron no more, so I can't do that, right? So, look, check this out. I don't see no signs of no man at this house. I go back in there. She done dropped the roll. Down, right? She done dropped the roll down to right here. You know what I'm saying? Just this part right here. She got the bottom part covered up. She got that, what they call that Nivea. She got that blue. I'll never forget it. It's the first time. It come in a blue, it's a lotion bottle. It's like like an ocean blue. I think it's Nivea, whatever it is, right? So she give me the lotion. There it is right there. Right there. I said, I said, dang, that smells good right there. She was like, yeah. She was like, start on my shoulder. So she pulled her hair like this here. That's a kink of mine right there too. I got some weird little kinks, but I like when they hit that. You know what I'm saying? She started get on my neck right here. Boom. She pulled her hair around. I said, whoo. So I'm in here like this here, gentle aggression on her like this here, and I you know what I'm saying? Cause you know I got conditioned, groomed, trained by a cougar. So it's certain things, you know what I'm saying? I said, I said right there. She said, I said I wanted you to put lotion on me, not massage. I said, you got to do both. You got to do both. I was like, you good right here? You know what I'm saying? You good? Hey, look here, man. Look here, man. Look. So look, it hitting that lotion right, boom, boom, boom. I ain't quit playing with me, man. So look, I get to putting the lotion on, right? I get to putting the lotion on. As I'm putting the lotion on, as you can see, I was like, let me stop real quick. So I stopped putting the lotion on, and I sit down beside her. When I sit down beside her, right, she look over at me, I look at her, we looking at each other, right? She was like, so you just gonna put the lotion on? I was like, yeah, that's all you asked me to do. She was like, oh, so if I ask you to do something, that's what you gonna do? I said, your wish is my command. She said, boy, you better find you something safe to do. I said, man, I said what I said. So she done started telling me these things. She done started saying, boom, 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 right? And everything she said, I said, all right. So I done, man, listen to me. I done shout out. Whole time I'm not knowing this woman is married. I don't know this. This go on for about This go on for about 2 months, right? This go on for about 2 months. We somewhere chilling. We getting ready to go. This second time it's happened to me. We walking out the door. Hold on. I think I seen your husband. Who in here got a husband? Cause I said who? Cause it ain't number 2 of us in here. It's 2 women in here. Her that I'm with, she know you, and me. So who you talking about got a husband? Cause I don't know nothing about the husband, and I ain't got no iron on me. So I look. She say, you ain't told him? We been separated and this and that, and man been over with, and he stalking me and boom, boom, boom. I said, man, look here, man. Hey, don't be playing these reindeer games with me like that. What type of reindeer games you playing, man? Man, look. Man, he don't do it. He such and such and such and such. And we been this and this and that. I don't care nothing about none of that. You ain't said nothing about no husband. What type of reindeer game are you playing? And me, did I stop? Look, and me, did I stop? I went back 2-3 more times. Cause I was convinced. I believed that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm good then. I'm good. And then I stopped. I went back 2-3 more times, right? I contemplated on it. I ain't even gonna lie. I thought about it. I contemplated. You know what I'm saying? And then she sent me a video. Right? So when she sent me the video, I'm looking at the video looking at me and the video looking at each other, right? When my man stand at attention, I said, you ain't doing none of the thinking today. I said, you been doing all the thinking all my life. You done doing the thinking. Cause every time I think with you, we don't never do right. Every time I think with you, we don't never do right. I go get in the shower, right? I said, let me look at this video one more time. I look at the video this time, the sound, I don't know why the sound is different. Who ain't following the Bible? Well, stay tuned in. I'm following the Bible more than your pastor and your bishops. I guarantee you that, and your deacon and your first lady. So look, check this out. So I look, I said, okay. The shower going off, like everything just started. Everything echoing, right? Everything echoing in there. I call her from the shower. What you doing? She heard her. She was like, "What you doing? What you in the shower?" She was like, "I'm finna FaceTime you." I said, Nah. I was in the, what you got going on today? You chilling?" She was like, yeah. I'm just chilling. She was like, "Wow, I'm gonna see you." I said, "Yeah, I'm finna get ready to get out of the shower. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna holler at you about something real quick." She said, you come to see me?" I said, "I'm gonna come holler at you about something." She said, "All right, I get out the phone right." I take my shower, whatever, boom. Go over. I said, "I'm gonna just go over here and tease her." I'm gassing myself up, right? I'm gassing myself up for the person who said I don't follow the scripture. It say don't make no provision for the flesh, right? I done made plenty of provision for the flesh. I'm finna go over and see what's going on. This time I go over, I hit up and tell her I'm finna get ready to pull up. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "All right, I'm gonna come to the door." Man, I pull in the driveway. When I step out the car, I'm already feeling good. I turn, hold on, stay right there, because I'm going to come right back to you. I step out the car, turn the bow leg from a 7 to a 10. I'm Jordan in game 3. Soon as I come out around the car, boom. Soon as I hit I don't know if she had a camera or what, she hit the door. I'm talking about she got on seduction attire. You hear me? I'm talking about ain't nothing but big... I just stop. Then I take a step back as if I'm just, you know what I'm saying, just enjoying the view. I take a step back like this here. She was like, "What?" She turned to the side like this here. She was like, "What you staring at?" She turned to the side. She turned to the side to show me this right here. But she covered this part like she didn't try to show me big picture. She was like, "What you looking at?" Boom, poke that thing out like this here. So when she poked this out, I leaned back like, She said, "Come on in the house." I said, "Yeah, let me get in here real quick for your husband, right?" Boy, you play too much. And she grabbed my hand, right? She grabbed my hand. When she grabbed my hand, I reverse it and grab hers, right? She said, I said, "See, look at you." So, what's up with you? What up, though? We walk in, right? I close the door. As soon as I close the door, she said, "So what's up? You said you wanted to talk to me about something." I said, "Yeah, we got to talk about it in the bedroom." She was like, "I thought you had a problem with my situation." I said, "I do. I still got a problem with the situation, but I want to holler at you in the bedroom." So we get in the bedroom, right? She sit down on the edge of the bed. I got on print attire. You most definitely can see print. So I'm standing in front of her. While she's sitting right there. I'm standing right here like this here. She was like, "So what you want to talk about?" I said, "Why you do that?" She said, "Do what?" I gotta act like I'm mad, right? I gotta act like I'm upset because I'm about to. This is the strategic, calculated, tactic, manipulative move I'm finna pull. I'm finna make her feel guilty for deceiving me, and I need you to do something to make me to let me know you sorry for deceiving me, right? So as I'm standing, I said, "Wait, why you do that for?" She was like, "Do what?" I said, "Man, I'm gonna be real." I said, "Man, I was like, man, I was already feeling you, and then when we were doing it, I'm talking about, man, listen. And then that came in like, you should have just told me what was up." She was like, "Well, I'm sorry," but she grabbed this part right here. Trying to pull me in. Get what I get your hands off me. She was like, "What?" She was like, "Why are you tripping for?" And she grabbed my hand, right? She was like, "Come here." She pulled me between her legs, right? She treated me like I'm the woman. Look, she treated me like she pulled me between her. I said, "Man, watch out, quit playing." She was like, "What you want me to do?" I said, "I don't want you to do nothing." She was like, "I wanted to tell you, but I ain't know what you like. I was feeling you too, and I ain't want you to think, you know what I'm saying?" And then I said, I done been in a little situation like this before. She said, "What happened?" I said, "She chose her husband. Like, I'm feeling you, liking you, you know what I'm saying? I'm all up in your chest. I'm talking about doing it to you, you know what I'm saying? Legs back here, toe in my mouth. What is you? I'm talking about one thing. I'm doing all the disgusting things you ever wanted in your life. Like, you in here, man, come on. done did all this to you. Like, I feel so. I said, man, look. She grabbed my hands again. So, why you here? Why you here? She leaned back on the bed, cock her legs off. So why you here? I just want to come over and talk to you. What he want to do? He ain't got nothing to do with this. He ain't got nothing to do with this. Nothing at all. He ain't running nothing. She said, look like it. When she said it look like it, my man poking. She don't know I'm strategically making him jump at the same time as I'm talking. She thinking he just moving because he ain't got a lot of room down there. Now, I'm strategically making him jump as I'm talking because I noticed her eye kept going down. I'm strategically pushing him. He just in there like he ready to bust out. She looked like while she looking, I'm making him jump like this. I'm making him jump like this there, right? So look. So at that point, she raised back up, but her legs still. She pulled me in. She was like, I said, watch out. No, you on punishment. She said, punishment? Ooh, I like how that sound. I said, see, you messed up. What's wrong with you? She said, what's wrong with you? I said, man, I'm not finna play this game with you. She was like, just let me see it. I said, see what? Just let me see him. She said, can I see Pig? I said, do that again. I said, no, don't do that again. Can I see Pig? I bite that lip like that. Nope. I ain't doing it. She was like, you ain't got to do it. I'm going to do it. I take my hands like this here. Nope. Whole time she reaching. Look. Hold on. She reached and she just looked at. She said, ooh. And then she was like, we ain't even gotta do it. I can just ooh. I said, oh no, you ain't finna just get off like that. What you got going on? She said, well, just take him down. Just pull him down for what? Because I don't want to hear what she gonna say she gonna do. I said, what I'm pulling them down for? Look, what I'm pulling them down for? She said, I just want to, you say it, tell me so I can know. That's what I told her. Tell me so I can know. You don't see your mouth wet? I said, no, tell me so I can know. She said, I just want to. Hurry up. Do it. She said, so that's what we doing? That's how you gonna talk to me? Get your mouth full. Soon as quit playing with me. Why you playing with me like that for? Quick, don't do me like that. I said, do you like what? I grabbed right like it hurt. Do you like what? She said, ooh. Do you like what? Do you like what? Nothing, daddy. I said, nah, don't call me daddy. Don't do that right there. Don't do that right there. But at the same time, I'm all on top of her like this, yo. That married man, listen. Listen. That married man, listen. At that point right there, long strokes too. I'm coming. I'm long stroke. I'm way out here. I'm way out here with the turn. Boom. I'm way out here like that. I'm looking at her, she looking at me, we looking at each other. One hand. What you say? Her eye like this here. She just, she said, I'm finna go. Hold on, why you? I'm finna go. I'm gone. Because you should have told me that you had a husband. Because if you would have told me you had a husband, I'd have never been giving you no good do it like that. You'd have never got the chance. You'd have never got no good do it like that. You better quit playing with me. She reached over in her drawer, right? She reached over. You better quit playing with me. Come on. She grabbed her roll. I ain't even gonna take long. I was almost there. Nope, I'm finna get ready to go. Come on, lock the door. I start walking towards the door. You better quit playing. Come on, get your hands up on me for your husband to come. Why you playing with me like that? I said, I ain't playing. You playing with me like that. I'm finna ready to go. I'm finna go. And I'm walking out the door. Look. As I'm walking out the door, I reach down. I'm finna leave. She was like, oh, so that's what you doing? I'm gonna get mad. You go in there, use your tool and get yours. I'm finna ready to go. I get to the door. She was like, why you doing this for real? You finna? I said, I can't be. I said, your husband probably finna get ready to come over here. I'm finna go. I walk out. Boom, I get in the car, pull off. I was sad as hell. She called my phone. I told you we finna get a divorce. He ain't such and such and such and such. I said, well, until I see some paperwork, you can't get no more pig. Quit playing with me. I'm not finna keep playing with you. I ain't meeting now another girl at no. I'm in Chick-fil-A yesterday. I'm in Chick-fil-A. I don't want to say the real. I'm in Chick-fil-A, right? This girl, I'm standing in line. This girl turn around. You look familiar. I said, you look familiar too. That's how I started hitting people. That's how I started hitting people. That's how I started hitting people now, right? Look, y'all. I'm in Saturday. What's the name? I'm in Chick-fil-A Saturday. I turn around. She turn around. You look familiar. I said, you look familiar too. So when people act like they recognize me and not say my name, I say the same thing. I say the same thing back to them, right? I say, you look familiar too. She was like, ain't you such and such and such and such? She was like, let me see. I'm going to my page real quick. Boom. She go through her page or whatever. She go through my page. She was like, I knew that was you. So I get to conversing with her. I'm talking to her. She talking about, we converse. We having a whole little conversation. We having a good old time right there. You know what I'm saying? She order her little kids meal. She get some Polynesian sauce. I said, I ain't never tried the Polynesian. I said, let me get some of that Polynesian sauce too. I'm going to hit it with on my spicy chicken. You know what I'm saying? With the cheese. You know what I'm saying? Give me a lemonade to drink. You know what I'm saying? And give me a whole jug of it too. She said, dang, you always? I said, yeah, I always get a jug of the lemonade. You know what I'm saying? The Chick-fil-A lemonade. You know what I'm saying? That's really the only reason why I come. So we getting ready to walk out the door. I stand, you know what I'm saying? I talked to her for a little minute or whatever. She asked me what area I was in. I'm like, yeah, I'm out here in Plano. I lied to her. I live way across the other side of town. So when I tell her I'm in Plano, she was like, oh, I'm right there in Grapevine. Grapevine right down the street from me. So when she say that, I was like, oh yeah, I got a homeboy, you know what I'm saying, out there in Grapevine. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out that way all the time. Cause if I tell her to pull up where I be at, I'm gonna tell this my homeboy spot. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy travel a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be out here when I be working. I ain't gonna let her know that's where I'm at, right? so look, check this out. I start getting pictures, videos. I'm talking about, I ain't even asked for this unsolicited nudity. I said, ain't no way she been watching my stories. Ain't no way she been watching my TikTok, because I done said several times, if you send me some unsolicited nudity, I'm going to expose you. So I said, I'm looking at this unsolicited. Whole time this woman married too. I said, this is the third married woman that I know that just send me unsolicited nudity like that and don't even be telling me they married, separated, whatever the case may be. I need to know if you got 2-3 men, you got whatever you got going on. Don't be sending me stuff in the whole time. What type of games you got playing with? Don't be playing these reindeer games with me. What you trying to get me into? I don't even know no bitch send me no unsolicited nudity. I didn't even ask for this. And then she using my slang, talking about I want to see if you really got some good do it. I said, dang, she's stealing my words and everything. What pig at? Let me see pig. No, don't think you can send me something and I just send you something back. I don't have community pig no more. I quit having community pig when I was 20 years old. I don't share pig like that. I'm stingy with the middle of my body. Now, I can't speak for nobody else. You don't get to tell no, I had them. You'll never get to tell nobody you had this. You'll never get to tell nobody you had this. Only thing you're going to be able to say is that you seen a print when I came through with them gray joggers, when I came through with them gray sweats on. When I came, girl, I'm talking about, look, seen the other day, I'm talking about Pigeons old too. I'm talking about bow leg from a 7 to a 10. Jordan in game 3. Only thing you gonna be able to say you seen is a print. You don't get to say you experienced this because they gonna know you're lying anyway. I'm gonna tell you how they gonna know you're lying. They gonna know you're lying if you ain't in a straitjacket. If you ain't telling the story saying, yeah, I ran into okay, so boom, got some mid pig. I'm talking about thick, long, wide, strong. If they ain't saying, where's such and such at? I don't know. I ain't seen her. I've been looking for her. They said she I think they said she in a mental hospital. What? In a mental hospital for what? Said she was messing with that boy on TikTok. What's his name? That okay so boom boy. That boy that be telling them stories that broke out of jail. They gonna say, that boy that broke out of jail, the one wrote that book. The one wrote that book. Yeah, him. Said she was on their page. Said that she was on their page. Said he was on there said he had one leg up, one arm on front. I'm talking about mine. I'm talking about was on there and said she DM'd him. Next thing you know, said she needed some psychotropic meds. Said she needed some psychotropics. I'm talking about went down there, said they had to give her a shot. Said she was down there saying, please call her okay, so boom. Please tell him coming boom, 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 boom. That's what she said. They said she done went crazy with messing with that TikToker.